Shalom, Yashala Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elder apostles of Yasharallah. Call Haloyim Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakah, Kodash, for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth, so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Aqua that's keeping the faith in the work. Y'all keep at it. It's your brother Byron coming at you with more precepts. It's the book of Acts, chapter 17 and verse 7. It says, whom Jason hath received, and these all do contrary to the decrees of Caesar, saying that there is another king, one Yahushua. All right, so basically, they preaching something new to these individuals who don't understand prophecy. They have been given the understanding of the one to come, and they understood that Yahushua was that one, and they were preaching it. And the people that were in the that were around them, whether they were in Judea, wherever they were, they did not believe in the doctrine, right? So it was hard for them to swallow. It says, and they troubled the people and the rulers of the city when they heard these things. And when they had taken security of Jason and of the other, they let them go. It says, and the brethren immediately sent away Paul and Silas by night unto Berea, who coming thither went into the synagogue of the Jews. It says, these were more noble than those in Thessalonica, in that they received the word with all readiness of mind, and searched the scriptures daily whether those things were so. Right? And that's ultimately the point. These were more noble than those in Thessalonica. Why? Because they received the breakdown, the proper breakdown of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai being the chosen one, being the anointed one. All right, with all readiness of mind. And not only did they receive it, they searched the scriptures daily to see whether those things that they were being brought, that they were being presented with, rather, to see if they were true. All right. So it's a group in Israel. They've been saying some wild stuff, man. They've been saying some real wild stuff. They've been saying the Messiah he never performed any miracles, right? And the logic for it was so idiotic, man. And people were like, they were taking it in, bro. It was like, if somebody were walking on water in front of you, or somebody changed water into wine in front of you, wouldn't you be scared? Why would somebody do something like? I'm like, man, what the hell is you talking about? Right? So that's just one instance. This man said the Messiah never performed any miracles. Now this nigga saying that Herod the Great, that same Herod that's spoken of in Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, right? The Herod the Great and his family were some wicked Israelites. And not only is he saying that Herod were Israelites, he's saying Herod was Israelites, Pompey was Israelites, Julius Caesar was Israelites, and the Romans in general were Israelites. That's what this man is saying, right? So, let me see. We'll go to the book of Ephesians. Hold on, Salat. Yeah. Go to the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, and verse 15. Says, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. All right? That word circumspect means carefully consider, man. Don't just be believing anything anybody tell you. Go do your due diligence and research for yourself. Right? The Most High is not looking for parrots, man. He looking for people that have a sincere heart to try to find him, to try to find the truth, and to be able to express to the world who he is and what the truth is. All right. Let's see. Here's the book of Jeremiah, uh, chapter 17 and verse 5. It says, "Thus saith Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from Yahweh." How can your heart depart from Yahweh? I mean, you've been fed lies by these individuals who you put your trust in. And the Most High has the truth. So if you're being steered away from the truth by following men, that means that they are separating your heart from Yahweh. So it's a serious thing. All right. So I'm gonna address the matter at hand. Slop. And we're gonna see what the blue letter got to say about who Herod is. All right. One minute. All right. So this is the book of Matthew, chapter 2, verse 1. It says, "Now when Yahushua was born in Bethlehem of Judea, in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem." All right. So speaking about King Herod, real simple. Go to the interlinear. Scroll on down. And there it is. Herodes.
Strong's G 2264. Herodes.
Herodes. All right. It says compound of heroes, a hero. Says Herod equals heroic. Says the name of a royal family that flourished among the Jews in the time of Hamashiach and the apostles. Says Herod the Great was the son of Antipater of Idumea. Idumea is a Greek term for Edom. It means this nigga was an Edomite. Right? It says, appointed king of Judea BC 40 by the Roman Senate at the suggestion of Antony and with the consent of Octavian. Why? Because Rome was ruling. That's why. We had no say-so about what was going on in Judea. That's why when the Messiah was born, they had to flee into Egypt, man, because we were not ruling in Rome. It's so simple, man. It's so simple. And when I tell you that the individual that is speaking all of this crazy nonsense, man, this man got a huge following, bro. Huge following. This nigga that says the Messiah performed no miracles, this nigga that's claiming that all of these so-called white men were Israelites. This man got a huge following. All right. It says, let's see, BC 40 by the Roman Senate at suggestion of Antony and with the consent of Octavian, he at length overcame the great opposition which the country made to him and took possession of the kingdom BC 37. And after the battle of Actium, he was confirmed by Octavian, whose favor he ever enjoyed. He was brave and skilled in war, learned and sagacious. All right, it says, but also extremely suspicious and cruel. Hence, he destroyed the entire royal family of Hasmoneans. Now, Hasmoneans, those are Israelites. It says, put to death many of the Jews that opposed his government. Why did they oppose his government? Because he was not Israel. Right? It says, and proceeded to kill even his dearly beloved wife, Mariamne of the Hasmonean line. He married into the Israelites. He was not an Israelite, but he had an Israelite wife. All right. And just to show how much of an Edomite this nigga was, he slew his Israelite wife. And it wasn't because she didn't follow the law, statutes, and commandments, right? It's because this nigga put to death many other Jews that opposed his government, right? It says, and proceeded to kill even his dearly beloved wife, Mariamne of the Hasmonean line, and his two sons she had borne him. By these acts of bloodshed, and especially by his love and imitation of Roman customs and institutions, and by the burdensome taxes imposed upon his subjects, he so alienated the Jews that he was unable to regain their favor by his splendid restoration of the temple. So he built up the temple to try to appease the people that he was ruling over. All right, it says, and other acts of munificence. Says he died in the 70th year of his age, the 37th year of his reign, the fourth before the Dionysian era. Right? It says in his closing years, John the Baptist and Hamashiach were born. Matthew narrates that he commanded all the male children under 2 years old in Bethlehem to be slain. Right? B. Herod, surnamed Antipas, was the son of Herod the Great, right? And Malthace, a Samaritan woman, right? So, man, it ain't looking good for Buddy Doctrine, man. Buddy Doctrine is not holding up with the truth, right? It says, after the death of his father, he was appointed by the Romans Tetrarch of Galilee and Perea. Right? The Romans put this man in charge. Why? Because they were ruling. They were ruling, man. Right? It's common sense, man. It's common sense. And you can read on, you know what I'm saying? It's basically reiterating the same thing over and over and over and over again, man. This dude was not an Israelite. Right? So if you following this nigga, man, right, and I say nigga because, bro, the mindset that you got to say the stuff that you saying, bro, is a nigga mindset, man. I'm not understanding what's the purpose of this. Right? What is the purpose? I'm confounded at that. Right? So the only purpose I can see is the Most High is using you as a tool to put them marks on individuals that weren't meant to get the real truth. That's the only thing I can see. Right? Because the Most High is the Most High of good and evil. Right? The Most High owns the deceiver and the deceived. So, man, you might be a tool to separate the wheat from the tares. All right. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Most High willing, these precepts in this video will edify. Call Halom Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Harakakudai Shalom Yashalom.